let's create a plan for your next practicing session. In this video, in a very brief way, I'm going to highlight a couple of concepts that will help both of us to set up our next practicing goals. Think about it as the roadmap, how to get places for your next practicing session. Without one, we may wander, move around aimlessly, or focus on one thing while neglecting something way more important and more significant. Slava Ukraini. So why to set up those goals? Why this extra step? Because in the end, if we are dealing with 15-20 page long piece of music and we know we have already devoted a couple of weeks onto that piece, daily practice, and we took care of 5-6 pages, wouldn't it just be a natural trajectory just to keep putting time in, and eventually, God willing, we'll get it right? Well, yes, maybe, but it's not a very effective way of doing this, and not very efficient for sure. And remember, in the video I just recently published in the same series of videos about the state of flow, the flow needs clear goals. And in line with that, it's easier for our brain to focus on concrete, specific details than just vaguely know that something is gonna get done in the next couple of hours. So, as one of the tricks, instead of just telling yourself that you are going to practice tomorrow for 4 hours, be specific. And not just specific that, well, okay, for maybe 2 hours I'm going to practice Mozart, for 2 hours I'm going to practice Florence Price, and then for 30 minutes maybe some Schumann. Go into details, be specific, know exactly what are the weaker spots in the piece, what is it you're trying to improve, and create a plan for tomorrow. For 30 minutes you're going to work on that page. For 1 hour you're going to work on memorizing another collection of pages from a different piece. Be very specific. It's going to help you to achieve your goals. It's better to have a deadline when it comes to music practicing and then miss it by a couple of days, but it would take you, for example, not 5 but 7 days to learn something that you're planning to learn, then not to have that deadline and then using 2 months to do same amount of progress that otherwise would have taken you only 1 week to achieve. Of course, don't put a deadline as your concert or performance and then miss it by 2 days, because that would be a mini tragedy, but even then, it's only music. In seriousness, be concrete about your plans for tomorrow practicing. Break down large chunks into smaller ones. I mean, this comes without saying. And what also worth mentioning is consider using and creating a system for yourself where you can use practicing journal. I'll try to create a collection of videos about that very soon, but until then, you don't need anything fancy other than what you already have around yourself. I would strongly recommend against using the phone for a number of reasons, but index cards, small little thing that could be laying right next to the score on the music stand as you're practicing, so you can just quickly jot down what got done and what you need to return to tomorrow and what new stuff needs to practice tomorrow. Practicing journal is a very powerful progress, learning, tracking tool, as well as self-accountability device. Good luck, and I will see you in the next video.